Hello everyone, Instructor Chris here to talk a little bit about developing your own DIY kicking bags, striking bags, and targets, which with creativity you can, and very little money, if no money, just utilizing stuff around the house, you can develop something that would really help out with your martial arts home dojo. So one of the things that I've used in the past is simply things like motion balls, where you take a tennis ball, drill a hole through it, put a cord, hopefully an elastic type of cord, through the tennis ball, and then you can attach it to either the ceiling or inside your garage or rafters in the basement, down to the ground, where you can just use a thing like a bean bag kind of placement on the floor, where you don't have to attach it to the floor, but you just have it attached to something that's weighted on the floor. And then when you're striking that, ball, whether it be a tennis ball or whatever, it allows that motion for that ball to be pulsing back and forth. So it allows you to slip and dodge and bob and weave, and also practice hitting something that's quite small, so it works on your distance and timing, but also on your accuracy, of course. From there, you can go to just free floating targets, which are things like just having a piece of foam hanging from a string on the ceiling, and every time you punch it, it's moving all over the place. And again, it becomes quite a challenge to practice your skills, whether you're throwing elbows, back fists, hammer fists, knife hands, punching, or even kicking on that particular target. And you can set up targets in different heights on a scale. Next, we get to something which is a little bit more for hitting something firmer. So you can create your own kicking bags, typically hanging ones, where you're just taking anything from an old duffel bag to an old soft suitcase, to garments, where you're taking even jeans and cutting the legs off and stuffing them with clothing typically. Now, in the past, people have used sand, they've used oats, they've used grains. Probably clothes is very soft, and it's going to create something that's really suitable for children to hit, and even adults. It's not going to cause a lot of impact on wrists and elbow joints and knee and hip joints. If you do fill a bag with a homemade bag with sand or something like that, remember the bottom of the bag is going to be over time becoming like concrete, and so you have to be careful with kicking the bottom of the bag. Getting an old duffel bag is a really simple way of setting something up, and instead of using metal to hang your bag from rafters or ceilings, I would recommend that you use webbing. You won't get the metal shards coming from the constant swinging and wear and tear on the bag. And the webbing that you can pick up at most hardware stores is very, very strong, and it's usually even cheaper. So those are just a few ideas for developing a simple target or kicking implement at home. Now, of course, you can use your creativity and go much further with that. Everything right up to, creating a stand and putting used tires, car tires over top, etc. But those are more suited to a mature adult who is been developing a lot of their skills and wants to have not only a kicking target, but something that's going to create temperance in their shins and their elbows and their forearms. In other words, it builds up resiliency in their body. But you have to know how to do that and how often to do that. Otherwise, you can negatively adapt and start to get problems in joints. So again, for most of our students who are starting off, some sort of bag filled with old used clothing can go a long ways to giving you that home dojo that allows you to continue training. I hope this is helpful. For more ideas, I suggest you just Google your DIY kind of kicking bags, and have a great day.